First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Detroit Lions. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. On second down, Osweiler. His throw incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, it's Osweiler. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Out to his left. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Osweiler. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Osweiler will throw again. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Osweiler. Over the middle to Beckham. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They're looking at a first and goal from about the 9. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown on the season. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gold now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 27. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's Stafford now on second down. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On second down, here's Stafford. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Norris. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
so much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They snap it to Stafford. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And New York set to take the field. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And they'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch it now, Barney.
Osweiler. It's caught. Beckham. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter as that's a first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. A handoff to Barkley. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And Ingram holds it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the... first down. Osweiler throwing right, and that's complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 48 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Gold now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here come the Lions now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Finds Roberts left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Set. Blue 60. Double, set.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. It's complete to Golden Tate. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
After the interception, here's Osweiler. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Here's a give to Barkley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. He's got the first down and more past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Now a play fake here on first down. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
Well, so much for all the time that you spend in practice, because for offensive linemen and running backs to get in sync, that requires a ton of practice time, a ton of watching tape together, a ton of really getting to where you're thinking with one mind on every single play that's called, every single run, because you want to know how your guy's going to block it. They want to know how he's going to run it, what kind of cuts he's going to make, and it's really anticipatory. And when you're really locked in together, you know what he's going to do before he actually does it. On this play, that didn't happen at all, and that turned into a big loss.
On first down, Stafford here. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a loose football. But I believe a Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On third down, Stafford. He finds Roberts, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 yards there and a first down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. Stafford now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Big 20, big 20.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he finds a man on the crossing route. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
The Lions into the red zone for the first time. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Set, lady.
To throw on second down is Stafford. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now Osweiler. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And Detroit getting set to go now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Stafford on 1st down. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Set, lady.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Melvin Ingram in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, you got 3, you got set. Ready?
To throw on second down. Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Detroit!
To throw is Osweiler. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Here's Osweiler. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. Now Saquon Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Giants add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gold now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And New York set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They go play action here on first down. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now, Osweiler on first down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On third down, Osweiler. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 4 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And Detroit getting set to go now. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
Here's Stafford now on second down. Now they go screen. It's complete. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 20. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions are a 2-point conversion away from tying this game. So now Stafford will bring up the Lions, and they'll go for 2. Here's Stafford. Throws right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for two to tie the game, and it works out. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. A handoff, Barkley running left. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Out of the gun, it's Osweiler. Throw left side, complete. It's Fields. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time, and the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum.
Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Chris Jones in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That's taken on the 25. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter from Oakland. Raiders continuing to roll. They have opened their lead even further. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Osweiler. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they were able to get to him on it.
A quick hitter complete. It's Fields. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Back now at Ford Field. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. To Barkley on the check down. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. On 2nd down, Johnson. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Stafford. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Stafford now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the 50, Stafford. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford finds Roberts left side. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. New York set to take the field. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now Osweiler. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Now it's Osweiler toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. 3rd down here.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Now it's Osweiler. And Ingram holds it in. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On 1st and 10, it's Osweiler. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fields. And the ball is knocked out, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They begin the drive with Johnson, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
4 down. Set. Lady.
To throw on 2nd down to Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And a short gain down to about the 33. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. On second down, here's Stafford. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. Second down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, zero nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
You got him! You got him!
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Looking to throw on second down. Stafford. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for the guys trying to get to the football.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Back-to-back running plays, putting them in negative territory. What can they do coming up on 3rd and 15? Stafford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
New York set to take the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Stafford down to a knee, and with it, he's going to ensure his guys a victory. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Detroit, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll fall to 1-1. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.